Welcome back, everyone. Today I want to do a kind of a general update on Chris Chan. I haven't talked about Chris Chan in a while, haven't made any videos in a while, so I apologize. But Chris Chan isn't something you want to think about all the time, so I thought I'd do just a general update once, like a month. So you know what's going on, but you don't have to think about him all the time because it's not a good idea to think about Chris Chan too much. So, what has been going on with Chris Chan recently? Since November, there was another court date in November. Pretty much the same thing happened that happened in August. There was a continuation, which means that Chris is going to spend some more time in jail. They're going to do some more evaluations on his mental health, which should have been done years ago. But yeah, whatever. In other news, there are a couple of events that happened that are important. Barb got in a car accident, something about a Dodge Caravan that she's been using for years. And seems like she was pretty badly injured. There were some broken ribs and whatnot, but she is going to be okay. So Barb is okay, but she was in an accident, so she had to spend Thanksgiving in the hospital. Chris did write some more letters, and I'm going to assume that he'll continue to write letters as long as people keep sending him them. So he wrote a bunch of letters, and I'm not going to go through any of them in particular, but there was one letter in particular that was important that kind of gave insight into his mental health and what is going on day to day for Chris. It was a letter on November 8th, and I believe that was between him and Kenneth Englehart. Or no, this was the one where someone was trying to send him a copy of the Quran. Okay, so from November 8th, this is the letter on November 8th where someone tried to send Chris a copy of the Quran. And what we learned from this letter is that over 30 people have written Chris in prison. Chris is kept in solitary confinement for his own safety, thank God. And Chris writes daily in a diary, which he plans to publish once he's released, if he's released, because, who knows what's going to happen in the future with Chris Chan. It's really a wonder. It's really a mystery. I would have never guessed that it would have ended up at this point. So, anyways, yeah, we got a little bit of an insight as to what Chris is thinking about, and obviously his mental health has been steadily declining since he's been in jail. And his Messiah complex, he has started to believe that he is Jesus Christ, and that has continued into December, and I'm sure Christmas is going to be a big date for him, seeing that he thinks he's Jesus. So, remember the real reason of Christmas, to celebrate Jesus' birth. So, yeah, I'm sure Christmas will be really big in the Chandler cell. Anyways, I think it would be best if people would stop sending Chris letters. Probably it'd be better for everyone, including Chris. His mental health would probably improve a little bit. But people aren't going to do that, so keep sending them, I guess. They're interesting to read, I suppose, and I'll link those in the description. So if you want to read Chris's letters, they'll be in the description to the quickie. And there isn't really much else other than that. And going forward, I wouldn't really expect anything to happen because, again, Chris is being kept in solitary confinement for his own protection and everyone else's sanity. So nothing's going to happen to him physically. Obviously, mentally, he is just being ravaged by the justice system. So, if and when he gets out, it's not going to be good. None of this is good. It's all bad for Chris. It's all going downhill from now. Which is sad, but not sad. I don't know. I don't know if I care about some autistic guy from Virginia that I follow on the internet. So, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much what's happened to Chris in the past couple of months. Nothing goes on in prison. And I've tried to explain that as best as possible. Prison or jail. I keep using the word prison. He's in jail, awaiting sentencing, awaiting trial. He hasn't been convicted. Nothing happens in jail. Nothing happens in prison. Most of the time, it's really boring. People do get murdered in jail. Stuff like that does happen, but it doesn't happen as often as it does on TV or in documentaries. It's boring most of the time. So, Chris will probably just keep drawing, writing letters, and diving deeper into his own mind. So, getting more insane. So that's what I assume he'll do for the next couple of months until he is finally, you know, goes on trial and then is sentenced or is let go. So we'll see. It's kind of just a waiting game, really. And we'll find out what happens. And as a final note, he does keep addressing all of his letters as Jesus, Christine, Weston, Chandler, Sonatu. So he does think he's Jesus Christ. I don't know why, but he thinks he's Jesus. So thanks.